bloody hell. The Conjuring 2 is directed by James Wan and stars Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga reprising their roles as Ed and Lorraine Warren, paranormal investigators that investigate a lot of paranormal stuff. And in this one, they go to England to discover stuff that's going on in this house where this little girl Janet is being possessed, and we have our movie. Now, I really enjoyed the first Conjuring film. I was very surprised by it because I'll say this, and I generally say this every time I review a horror movie, I'm not really a big fan of this genre because most of these films, they just don't get to me. And what I mean by that is that most of them just don't scare me because most of them are crap. I love indie horror films. Like this year we had The Witch, and that was amazing. If you guys have not seen The Witch, please check that film out. Like, it's awesome. And I was really looking forward to this one because, like I said, I really enjoyed the first one because it had great tension. James Wan did a great job filming it. I loved the performances. I loved the horror in it. I loved the suspense. So I was really looking forward to seeing what they were going to do with The Conjuring 2. And I gotta tell you right now, not only did I like this film, I loved it. I really love The Conjuring 2. This is an excellent horror film, and it's probably the best horror sequel I think I've seen in, like, forever, because I can't really remember the last time a horror sequel actually got to me, because most of them are crappy, and this one ain't. And here's why. James Wan. This guy is a master at horror. He is the best mainstream horror filmmaker we have working today. Some people could argue that he is the best horror filmmaker we have today. I wouldn't argue with that because the guy has never really done a bad film. I just don't like the Insidious films personally, and that's just my opinion, but I love these two Conjuring films. I like Saw, I love Dead Silence, and I like, what was the other one he did? Death Sentence, I think? And I like what he did with Furious 7. I know a lot of people were kind of complaining about the way the action was done, but going from Furious 7 to The Conjuring 2, what a great transition, because this guy is one of the best filmmakers we have working today, and I cannot wait to see what he's going to do with, I believe he's doing Aquaman, and I really hope he sticks with that, because I cannot wait to see him do something else, because while I love whenever he does horror, I like seeing him do this other stuff, but the direction is perfect. The acting, oh my god. Vera Farmiga is amazing here as Lorraine Warren, as is Patrick Wilson as Ed. Their chemistry is great. I bought them as a couple. I love them in this one more than the first one, because in the first one you're like, oh yeah, they're cool people and stuff. There's more with them in this film, and it's really amazing, and it has a nice theme about marriage and how you have to stick with the ones that you love, and I thought it was beautifully portrayed in this film. I just love those two together, and I really would love them to do other movies together, excluding these Conjuring films. But the performance that really got to me in this film was Madison Wolfe, who played Janet, the girl that gets possessed. She was amazing. Stellar performance. I was blown away. This girl, like, I felt so bad for her. She seemed like such a sweet gal. And the fact that she was getting possessed by this demon, I'm just like, why her? She's so sweet and innocent. She doesn't do anything wrong, and I loved it. I cannot wait to see more from her. I hope she's in maybe some dramas, maybe a Spielberg film, a Scorsese film. I know I may be going a little too far with that statement, but I could totally see either one of those directors directing her in a film. I cannot wait to see where else she goes in her career. All the other performances are great. The cinematography. There are so many long takes in this movie. Particularly one that stands out for me is when Ed, Patrick Wilson's character, is when he turns his back away from the demon, and it's like a 4-minute shot of him talking to the demon. It's amazing. Like, that scene, I was just like, this is really excellent cinematography. So whoever shot the film, grade A for you, man or woman, like, because you did awesome. The music choices, too, were really suspenseful. And the thing is, this movie does have jump scares. James Wan generally does put them in his films, but it's more about the tone. It's more about the suspense. They don't use the cliche ones, although they do, but it's not like all over your face, like some films like that Ouija movie or the Paranormal Activity films. This one is so unique because James Wan puts some dedication into his work, and it really scares the crap out of me. And I said this before, and I'll say it again. The only reason why I like certain horror films like this is because if they scare me, then that's saying something. Whenever a horror movie doesn't scare me, then it failed to do its job. It's like a comedy. If a comedy doesn't make you laugh, then it's not a comedy. And also, the third act of this movie is one of the best I've seen in years. Go see this movie just for the third act alone. The first 2 acts are great, but the third act is amazing. There's a great conclusion to this film. I really love The Conjuring 2. I was so blown away by how much I loved it. But the thing is, it's so well done. James Wan's direction is great. The performances are great, particularly Madison Wolfe. The writing is also good. The horror is great. I had a blast with The Conjuring 2. It's really entertaining. It's terrifying. The Conjuring 2. You gotta go see it. I'm gonna give it a solid A. Guys, tell me down below what you thought of this movie. If you saw it, did you see the first Conjuring? If so, what did you think of that? And what did you think of the sequel? Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys soon.